I just want to tell you something, my gorgeous Aquarius. At the beginning of this week, something is going to happen. Okay, and this is really going to surprise you. And what is going to happen at the beginning of this week, completely out of the blue, you're going to become aware of some kind of a devilish person, some kind of a devil, and it's not really you becoming aware of this devilish person, this devil, for the first time in your life. You already kind of have been thinking about it. You were already aware of things, you know, and the things went on such a level where you just kind of like go along with things around that person, you know, but then again at the same time you're like kind of half and a half. Half you trust yourself, what you believe, and half you trust to that person. But you know, and it was like an internal struggle within, okay? This is what was created, and it has been like kind of taking over your life for a while. So knowing that something is not quite right about someone in your life, but not kind of like, it has got elements of you not being kind of honest with yourself, because there are other things that you get from that person, you know, that are maybe making you feel happy in a certain way. But now you're gonna become aware of something, and I don't like this at all. It's to do with a certain dishonesty when it comes to that person, and it's to do with something you being completely kind of something that you've been aware of, but it's more about the confirmation. And then when you become aware of that confirmation, you're also going to become aware of like, oh my god, there were quite other people in my life who were aware of this and aware of this person, but they didn't want to say anything to you. They did, but you just didn't want to listen. You blocked yourself out. You didn't want to listen. The people in your life have been trying to tell you and let you know in such a long time about that specific person. It's a no, baby, no. Someone dishonest, someone who is not okay, somebody who's not a nice person, somebody who is completely messed up, and somebody who has something like really terrible maybe happened to them in their childhood a long time ago that affected them and made them into a person they are today. But I'm really sorry, I have no sympathy for this person whatsoever, because that particular person is been affecting your life willingly. That I'm sorry, it's so dark, I know, but that particular person has been lying to you, and that particular person at the time as we speak is trying to kind of drift away from you slowly without you even realizing and noticing. It's a very clever person I'm talking about. But you know, hey, when you're doing something not really nice, when you're doing something really terrible and you're lying to people who are so emotional and so positive and so good with you, this is going to catch up with you at some point or another. At some point or other, this is going to catch up with you because of the level of this absolutely terrible and very negative energy that person is protecting on those people around them who are so kind of good to them. Do you know what I mean? So you are gonna become, I'm sorry to be so dark. The rest of the reading is gonna be absolutely brilliant, but I'm sorry, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I can only tell you what I see indeed. So the beginning of this week, it's like, do you know what I want to say to you? That lots of other people in your life who knows you were trying to tell you and make you aware of this and let you know, but they have been doing this in their subtle and like a really unique ways. Maybe people have been worrying that, you know, that you're gonna think that they're trying to control you, maybe, you know, but you have to be honest with yourself, because if you kind of carry on living your life around this person, it's like, oh my god, you're gonna get into something that it's gonna be very, very difficult for you to get out of. So now you're still having opportunities to change your life, okay? Not everybody who is in our lives, it's meant to be in our lives. Okay, and this is like why we have the beginnings of the journey, we have the end of the journey. There is some kind of bloody karma you had to go through when it comes to this person. There is some kind of karma that you had to go through when it comes to that person. But my gorgeous Aquamarini, you're too intelligent, you're too clever for this, you're too smart for this. Come out of this, no matter what this is. You need to come out of it, because if you don't come out of it right now, this is like your blessing to come out of it. If you don't come out of it right now, you're never, ever, ever gonna come out of it ever again. So please just try to understand who this is and what am I talking about. I'm sorry, I know this is really dark, but you are having an opportunity to get rid of this little bastard here. You see this snake? Yeah. You're going to have an opportunity to get rid of the devil in your life. And it's that devil, it's already kind of acting a little bit strange and a little bit unusual. Almost like as if a little devil wants a little bit of space or something away from you, or some kind of a space. This devil is already working on something, you know, getting or gaining something from you, which is maybe like nothing even to do with emotions. It's to do with a materialistic level. The devil is already working on something. Wake up, my gorgeous aquamarini, wake up. Okay, this is important because this is all about you, literally, like, my lord, like waking up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, my gorgeous aquamarini. It is important. And also, what else I was going to say, so you are going to become aware of this quite a lot. And also, you know, it's like basically when you become aware of this, something fell. Sorry, when you become, sorry, Mr. Santa, bum 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 bum, da da dum da 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 dum, bum 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 bum. Sorry, I've got my moments. Yeah, so when you become aware of this, also, just like this is important to say, when you become aware of this, do not explode or do not freak out. I don't normally use this word, freak out. Do not freak out. Okay, do not kind of like explode, and do not go to this person immediately. Okay, you must not do this. Just be very clever and very smart. Don't say to that, don't go immediately to that person. You need to be smart. You need to be clever. Because if you go immediately to that person, you're gonna mess things up. Because that snake has got a power, certain power over you that uses and applies when you are at the most sensitive time. This is what this beast is feeding off, you see. So this is what you need to remember. This beast is feeding off your energy when you are sensitive. Protect yourself, protect your life, protect your vibration, and protect your own energy. And for the love of God, do not go immediately to that person to let them know what you know, okay? Please, I will tell you why. Is you just, okay, come up with the plan, you understand what is going to happen, and 2 or 3 days later you are going to have a bit of a hermit mode. Hermita modito. You're gonna have a hermita modito. You're gonna have a hermit mode within the next 2 or 3 days, okay? And that hermit mode, obviously, you're just gonna feel like you wanna be by yourself, blah blah blah. You're gonna kind of feel a little bit withdrawn. You know, it's all to do with this introspection in our life. But then something is gonna come to you, to the surface, to the surface, to the surface. Something is gonna come. And at around the time when you're having a hermit mode, somebody who's so close to you, like very important to you, somebody who's extremely spiritual, extremely psychic, it's also kind of going to reach out and send you a little text message or something, and you're going to get this text message and you're going to be like, oh my god, this text message is just kind of responding to you exactly, to what was on your mind. And you're going to be able to understand the power in between you and that person, like you almost understand each other like telepathically. And then suddenly the message that you're going to have at the time when you're in a hermit mode, it's like, oh my god, it's going to blow you away, because the message is just going to be like, that person is going to tell you like, do it, or something like that, something along those lines, like do it, go for it, just like something like that, you know. And then you're going to find this mind-blowing as well. But this is also going to be such an amazing sign that, you know, the necessary action, it's actually going to be required, and you're going to need to be brave, and you're going to need to be smart. And there is something else that is going to come to the surface, you know, like when you're having this hermit mode, something else is going to come to the surface. You're going to realize that you need to be pretty much so mature when it comes to this particular balance. You need to be tolerant, but at the same time you need to kind of like really like kind of like just a kind of like a really just chill out and be very, very cool, and don't kind of explode, because when you have this hermit moment, it's also like kind of gonna make you aware of which approach to have. It's gonna come to you to be methodical, and which exactly approach to have, and what do you need to do in order to kind of expose this, but also what you need to do in order to prevent an unnecessary tower situation which would like blow you away completely, like in your life. So this is when you get a hermit mode, you will know how to prevent, how to come out with all this, when to come out with all this, by the same time how to unnecessarily prevent how to prevent an unnecessary tower in your life. Obviously the tower, it's like the situation that would like just kind of completely throw you out of balance, and it will take you such a long time to pick the pieces up after this moment in time. So it's going to give you a chance to prepare indeed. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, now the things are going to start getting really, really great here. And by the time you get to the mid part of this week, my God, it's like, you are going to wake up one of the mornings, and you are suddenly going to feel so inspired, like you will know that you're doing the right thing regarding that person at the beginning of the week, but also at around the midweek, you are going to, something is going to be on your mind. You're going to feel extremely ridiculously inspired, and you will want to kind of like really throw yourself into something, what is making you feel so enthusiastic. And this is like a lot to do with you needing to explore, needing to investigate, and needing to find out a bit more. And you're going to feel extremely optimistic about this. This is going to be the way out for you for so many situations as well that have been holding you down. But most importantly, what you're going to feel so enthusiastic about is going to change your life forever, in terms of you buying luxury things and you being able to afford and to do things that you want to do without thinking about how much you're going to spend and things like that. So in terms of your luxury life, this is going to be a must. And a couple of days after that, you are going to have like a really pretty much so like a mind-blowing vision. And the vision that you are going to have, it is going to make you aware of some kind of a hard work ahead, but you must not let that put you off. Your passion is going to rise. You're going to feel very powerful. Your spirit is going to rise, and you will know what this is when you become aware of this vision, because now suddenly you will want to declare something. You will feel like, I want to declare this, I want to declare that, and that in itself is going to be the time when you're also going to know that naturally, you're gonna have to leave so much behind. It's almost like you're leaving your old life behind, and you're just like, hello my gorgeous new life. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna find yourself on a spiritual quest, and you will have an idea exactly how you're actually going to do this as well, because now at the same time, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you are becoming braver. You're gonna realize your own resilience out of the experiences that you've had over the last 6 or 7 months, and you're just growing stronger. And this in itself, it's going to provide you with a rather fresh perspective by the end of the week indeed. And also when it comes to the end of the week, you are going to feel like a little bit restrained, and you are going to feel like a little bit blocked. But just remember that when you feel restrained and blocked, what you need to remember is that you do have a very important choices, especially one particular choice is going to be so important. When you feel blocked and restrained, just think about your development. What naturally you need to do next at this stage? What naturally do you need to do next at this stage of your life? Are you working? Are you looking for work? Are you retired? Just think, please, because the answer is going to come like a big mama and give you a spiritual slap, and you're going to be like, hello darling. Do you know what I mean? So think, as soon as you become aware of this, as soon as you become feeling blocked and restrained, just remember that there is going to be one absolutely mind-blowing choice that it's going to come to you. And this is the natural part of the stage in your progress when it comes to your development, which is going to put you in a bit of a limbo, especially when it comes to the actual contemplation. I can see you contemplating here, but when you're having this contemplation, just remember that there is no need to fear, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Just remember how powerful you are. And also when it comes to that contemplation, think about the justice. And that in itself also, like when it comes to this contemplation, it's going to come to you exactly the power of being patient at this time of your life, but also it's going to come to you exactly how to kind of like that development that choice, that opportunity, how to kind of like make that into a reality. It's going to provide you with like a mental and spiritual picture, exactly how to intern this particular development, this particular option, this particular opportunity, how to kind of intern this into your reality. Okay, so this is going to be absolutely brilliant because it's to do with who you are, it's to do with spiritual purpose, it's to do with your soul purpose, but it's to do with the fact that you have been prepared for this for a long time indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I love you so much. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.